really like him, but I don't trust him because I think his head's too small. Yeah, hello. Welcome to Leslie Nemes Bass. Welcome back. We are going to do, this is the first one in a little series of 4 or 5 minute ditties to introduce you back into Leslie land, bass according to Leslie. So I'll just get on with it really quickly. In Spain here I had a band called Real. Oh, the sleeve's gone. Anyway, I had a band called Real, and in that band was Henry Quintero on vocals and guitar, me on bass, Matt Green on drums, very lovely, very solid drummer, and Mark Fee on guitar. And Mark is obviously crawling on the floor here in a very unprofessional way and getting the sleeve, which I know you can't see him. There! Fantastic, and Mark is a superb guitarist, and I'm going to be promoting Mark very, very soon. Anyway, I hadn't played for a very long time, and I was a little bit concerned, but there was no pressure really. It was a group environment. That's why I love bands so much. You basically left to get on with it, and improved. It all came back very quickly, got me fluidity back quite quickly. But the one thing that did concern me, that this music for this band was a lot heavier. It's a lot more guitar orientated, quite rocky in parts, lots of mad solos. And I was just a bit concerned that my style of bass playing, which up until then had been very kind of funky and clean and simple, wouldn't fit. So then I thought to myself, okay, so do I change? Do I try and be a little bit more different, or do I stick to myself? And as this website and all the lessons on here are basically about being true to yourself and doing your own thing, I made the decision to stick to what I knew. Luckily, Matt, very solid, very simple, down-to-earth, rock-solid drummer, and I decided, right, just keep it as it is, do Leslie stuff. We worked very well together, and carried on playing the way I did. Approach was exactly the same, and it worked really, really well, I think. What we then ended up with was a very kind of funky, solid undergrowth, to which Mark and Henry would put some fantastic guitars and develop the songs that way. And it turned out really, really well. Now, I'm going to use these songs, or some of them at least, to illustrate some of the bass parts. So the first one is a track called I'm the One, and I'll just give you a little snippet of it so you have an idea of how it sounds, and it goes a little bit like this. A little bit of a taster of how it sounds. Okay, so basically we'll go through the song up to the end of the first chorus, give you an idea of what I'm talking about. But you can hear the full song as an MP3 on the website. So this is I'm the One.
With the future tied up in a plan, you need to be somewhere further. I'll get there when I can. Time
started off, as you can probably tell, as the song actually starts off itself, as a guitar part, very simple two-string guitar part, very open, solid drums. So there's two, as far as the bass is concerned, there's two basic parts to this. The first one being the verse part, which very simply, in its essence, is just and I wanted to add some more stuff to it, obviously. One of the things I do when I'm playing bass is thinking about drums as well, obviously. But thinking about little fills that funky drummers might do. The very, very most obvious, and I think one of the most effective fills a drummer does, is just to do a skip on the snare. So you've got, and I try and take little bits like that from a drummer and play them on bass, so the bass line becomes a little bit percussive as well. So then I would just introduce a skip note, which echoes what a snare would do. So very simple. So all you're doing is playing the octave of the note that comes next. And then obviously as the song goes along, we do little passing notes, little sliders and lines. So for example, one of them is but all the time keeping it very simple. Another one, which is when you hear the song, I'll put the whole song as an MP3 on the website. You'll hear how it works together with drums and guitars and all that kind of stuff. So then you have the verse, very simple, very tight. Then the chorus comes along, guitars come in, another 2-3 layers of guitars, and the whole thing kind of opens up and gets a bit more laid back and sloppy. Matt opens up on the hi-hats, they're more splashy, and everything is a lot more lazy. And the bass part for the chorus is something like so what's happening there? A couple of things. The chords are E to a C to a D. But again, being me, the last thing I want to do is play the root notes. So although I'm playing the E because that is introducing the chorus and it's very important just to get the bass to it, when it comes to the other chords in the chorus, I'm playing anything but the root note first. So I'm using thirds here. So instead of going to a C, I'm playing the third. So you will get, and up here as well, so you'll get basically something like, that's my first note, and again, and then from here, so again not using the root notes, and it works really well. Excellent. So then the chorus is open. Sometimes I'm playing just single notes to the lead up and a nice slide up. Sometimes it's more, a couple of more passing notes, but it's that kind of thing is something when you're playing together with a band, when you're playing with a drummer, comes across anyway. But that just gives you a little bit of an insight. Play a little bit of the song, so it gives you an idea, and then you can hear the full thing as an MP3. you very much. Part 2 coming up very soon.